The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Hey everyone, and welcome to 50 Shades of Bullshit. I'm your host, Christine Lalonde, and this is the podcast where we uncover the truth about online dating. Now let's begin. Hey everybody, I'm Christine, and this is 50 Shades of Bullshit. Hello, Jessie.
Hi, darling. Good to see you.
It's good to be seen, I guess. It's good to see you. You look gorgeous as ever.
Oh, so do you. Thank you.
I'm having a meltdown over here.
Oh, so. You know what? You look beautiful doing it, so that's fine.
Well, if I try. I'm fucking struggling today. So how's life, Jessie?
Oh, lifelike, I think. Yes. I've been where you are, right? I've been where you are, and I get it, and it's okay. Like today has been productive for me, but also reality, So we're getting through.
Well, I had a panic attack, as you know, before the show. I'm really, on top of most things, can handle most things. I didn't realize how much I'm not handling it until something, just the tiniest thing kind of goes wrong. And I think because of maybe my trauma, I might have a problem with overreacting first, like reacting first.
Girl,
I can't seem to not.
Girl, I feel you. I'm like, if too much is going on, and then just the smallest fucking thing, and I'm like, meltdown city. Don't worry, like I get it. I'm the same, and I'm like, if I'm just overreacting, and if I just need a minute to cool down, and I'll be fine.
And you know what's crazy is that I know I'll be fine, and I know whatever the problem is going to be good, and I know that it's going to be, the way it's supposed to be. But I think my trauma background makes me freak out first, you know, and I'm trying not to. Like
honestly, if I can offer you anything, don't not do it. Do the thing, right? Like
do the thing.
Do the thing. Let your body. The thing with like stress cycles or grief cycles or anything, like you need to complete the cycle, and if you try and stop it, it's just going to get worse and worse, right? So have the meltdown, have the reaction first. God, it's okay.
I am having the meltdown, sister.
Real time, guys.
Well, my part-time job that took care of the majority of my finances that I've had for the last 2.5 years is over. It wasn't supposed to be over for another 2 months. I gave them notice basically back in September when I still had my other part-time job that made everything fabulous. Personally awful. Like, I don't know if I told you, but I had a job where I was an event coordinator, and they bullied me really bad. And they did everything in their power to manipulate and sabotage.
Good.
And when I kept bringing it to attention, because they were doing things to make me do stuff in the business that wasn't part of what I was supposed to. I was an independent contractor. They were trying to treat me as an employee, and it got bad, and I got let go, and now I'm, suing them. But that other, my 2.5 year job that I absolutely love, that I was giving up at the end of December so that I could leave Los Angeles. Well, they just decided to let me go now and hire somebody new before they go on vacation. So
Ouch.
I should have just kept my mouth shut, but it's okay because, I do know that by that letting me go as well, cleared the path for me to leave sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And so I am doing that. But in the meantime, I lost my computer with that job because I used theirs and mine shit the bed when I first started working for them. So I've been panicking, trying to get all this equipment set up and get, everything working. And then when I couldn't tell if my computer was working and the fucking mic wouldn't work, I was like, meltdown.
Yep. Oh, honestly, because it's just like the smallest thing, right? And like,
it's the dumbest thing.
It's okay though.
And I know it's fine. I've done how many of these? 208? I mean, Jesus Christ. You think that I was an amateur.
Nah. Amateur hour over here. What is this?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what I had to get rid of my.
Perfect. I love that it's legal over there.
Yeah, I'm legal here in California. For those of you who are just listening and not watching, I held up my wheat pin.
Honestly,
so
we jump through hoops here. So, like,
I tell you what, during the meltdown and before we went live, I just was like, okay, I need to handle this shit. So,
and you did it.
Yeah, I hit my weed pin. That's
hey,
I'm calmer now. You know what's funny is that people have this. I even used to have this bad, feeling about weed because. When you come from an abusive home and their, joy of substance is weed, you grow up with this bad idea of what it is because I was blaming it and not them, where it would probably have been worse if they hadn't been high.
Yeah.
So I've got that to thank. But a lot of people are under the impression, and like I was saying, so do I, that, all right, so was I, that it was this evil thing that'll change who you are. And actually, it just made me a better person. It calmed me down. It just chills me out.
I understand. I had similar, not from an abusive background, but I was brought up very fear of everything because of. Thanks, Mum.
Right.
And also it's not legal here in New Zealand. So that's another thing. And I was like, but now that because we can get it medically, just have to jump through a million hoops, right?
It'll eventually change, by the way.
I'm hoping. The last time we voted it in, a whole bunch of boomers decided that they didn't want to. And it's like, it's not like it's not here.
Boomers won't be here much longer.
Right? That was 5 years ago. I saw an article by our Greens Parliament Party, and they were like, "That was 5 years ago," and I was like, "Wow."
What shocks me though is that your boomers are the ones against it, because typically now, here especially, they want it because medically it really helps them with their pain. Yeah. But it always starts medically, and then just give it a handful of years, it'll change.
Right?
Yeah, people will get it.
Oh, I'm here for that.
But,
Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Thank God. Yeah, I don't think I can live in a state where you can't. Though I'm going to Mexico, I'm going to have to not. Well, maybe. You never know there.
You never know. Oh, is it not legal there?
I don't know. It's very bizarre that it's not.
Yeah.
But
you think
they deal with it a lot.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to have you back today because, one of my favorite topics here is kink. We talk a lot about it because I don't think you can talk enough about it.
I agree.
Especially since a lot of people, again, like weed, have this wrong idea of what BDSM is.
That it's abusive and yeah.
Yeah, and I want to talk about
Thank you, media. Thank you, media, for showing us the only type propaganda. Of BDSM, right? Yeah, is very much abusive, and it's not. So
no, it's not. Because honestly, kink isn't about a one-sided deal.
No.
Kink, when somebody enjoys something, they need a partner. Well, if it's that type of kink, has a partner, and they have to be a willing participant, and there's so many factors.
Consent's a big thing, in the kink BDSM community, scene, whatever you want to call it, that everyone is, everyone is consenting and checking beforehand. Unfortunately, people do slip through the cracks, right, and are using it as abuse, but majority of people are consenting and willing.
Yeah, I didn't understand it until I started getting into it more, just like experimenting and meeting different people who were like, hey, this is my kink. And I'm like, hey, I'll try that.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I mean, because what is life if you're not experiencing? So, that's... why not experience something that you have the control of whether you get hurt or not? I mean, I trusted the people I decided to try it with, and I think it's an awesome thing.
That's the best. As long as you, the biggest thing is trust and communication along with the consent, right? Like, don't just go and do it with a random that you've never met before, because you're asking for, they could be safe, but you're asking for a world of problems because they likely aren't.
Well, they probably don't know how to communicate with you what it is that they want, and they're fearful you're going to say no, so they think if they just try it on you. I've had that happen. I've gone out with somebody, and the first time that we're together, they want to just throw in the kitchen sink and see what goes down. And it's kind of like, buddy, that was not consensual.
Let's talk about boundaries, right? Like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, people here have heard my story several times about this first date, and he went to give me a massage and wound up bringing out the ties and tied me down like in an instant. It's a crazy fucking story. No. And I told him my safe word was, get the fuck off me. And he didn't listen, and I said, safe word is get me out of this fucking thing.
Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, because, really, I love to be tied up, subdued, all that fun stuff. I love rope and ribbon play. I really love that stuff. Yeah. But when it's,
thrown on
not
you
with somebody... Not with somebody you trust. I didn't know him. I wasn't there for that.
No.
If he had said, hey, I want to try out some kink on you tonight, I would have said, I'll pass until I get to know you more, because that shit ain't no fun unless you have a bond with somebody.
Exactly, yeah. And even if you're doing pickup play, at least there is still communication beforehand, and pickup play is usually done at parties, so there are people around keeping an eye on you, so yeah.
Keegan said the one thing I wanted to hear. Weed is legal in Mexico. Hot damn, Keegan. You the man. Thank you very much. I am going to Mexico.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So
let's go meet you there.
You're going to have to come see me in Playa del Carmen, bitch, because it is paradise there.
I'm fucking coming.
I know. Me too. That's
my
favorite thing to say.
Quite frankly, I would be. I'm fucking coming. Quite frankly, though, I would be leaving America if I lived in America right now.
I am leaving
because, fuck you guys, politics.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and my house looks like a bomb went off of it. I gave my notice to vacate. And I'm selling everything and giving to my daughters what they want. I'm barely keeping anything, maybe a crate or two of personal items that they don't give a shit about, but I kind of maybe would want again.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to go visit some friends and family here in the U.S. in a couple of different spots, leave my car with a friend, and I'm going to Mexico for 6 months. So,
fuck yeah, why not?
Yeah, my cost of living here in California, in my running joke, which is not very funny, is that I have to make $6,000 by myself every month just to be poor.
Woo!
I can't do a thing. because of, the expense.
Yeah.
And I'm miserable here. I have no one here. I'm not dating anybody. It's not really any fun. I'm done. So
fair.
I'm leaving, and I'm gonna go and just enjoy
Try somewhere else.
calmness for a little bit.
Yeah.
I work 7 jobs.
Yeah. Oh,
I got rid of all of them, and I barely have anything, and I'm going. I don't care.
Fair. I don't blame you.
I don't care. I'll figure it out. I'm thrifty.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I'm very much, I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get through. There will be meltdowns. Don't you worry. There will be meltdowns, but I will figure it out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I will have a lot of meltdowns because that's just my process of processing it.
Yeah.
It's almost like I just kind of got this weird little thought. I just got a thought of maybe I need to flush the anxiety out with panic and tears. And then the minute that's over, my head is clear and I can think. It's bizarre.
I feel you. I get it too. It just overwhelms, and then I'm like, oh, is that what I was crying about? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big crybaby, so whatever.
Yeah, right. You know what's real cathartic though? Is using kink to get emotion out. Consensually, of course, right? Like, I like impact sessions. Rope. Oh my God, rope is the best.
I love
to just like go into a floaty place and just get out of my brain for 5 minutes.
It's so nice. I like the ribbon play because it's like rope, but it's silky and it really just is this. I have very, very sensitive skin anyway, so it's. I'm sure Rebel is like, stop moving your mic, Christine. Because my hand goes crazy when I start talking about shit. Where was I? Oh, ribbon play. Oh, it's soft. It's sensual. I just really love it. It's a lot of fun. It's just like rope, but it's a big silk ribbon, and it's really sexy. I love it.
Beautiful. I love
because
that.
When it trails, it's really.
I can. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes,
I think that's also why I like the satin.
Blindfolds
because that feel on my face just is really.
I'm a huge slut for sensation, so I get it. I'm like, give
me slut,
right. So I'm like, give me all the sensations. Let me just feel into my body, and you know what helps? Weed.
Oh, so much. So much. It's not that I don't have the feelings already.
Yeah.
It just takes that barrier of hesitation and like worrying about what the other person is going to think. I just get a little bit to release that, and then all of a sudden it's like, who fucking cares? I'm my own porn star. Let's do this,
I feel, and like the sensate just I feel you. I'm more in my body, and I'm just like my body just goes like tingly, and I'm like, let's go.
I feel like I get an out of body experience. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So why is there 2 different definitions for what we're talking about? BDSM and kink. What is that?
So kink by definition is anything other than sex for for procreation, right? So anything outside of a man and a woman having sex to produce a child can be considered kinky.
Gotcha. And BDSM?
BDSM is an acronym, and it's actually, I think it's 4 acronyms. It's BD, which is bondage and discipline. DS, which is dominance and submission. BDS. Oh God, I'm going to write this down.
Masochist.
Yeah, masochist and sadomasochist, and then there's one other. I need to write it down so I can figure it out because off the top of my head.
Sadist, masochist. It's SM.
Yeah,
BD, and then B.
And DS is dom sub. Yeah, and SM. So 3. So 3. We got them. Sadomasochism and we did it.
But can kink also be considered certain things that is in the BDS?
Well, yes, because kink is anything that isn't quote unquote normal, which is for reproduction. So anything that is kinky can be considered BDSM play. I I think when you break down BDSM, like it's the bondage and discipline. So you're talking about being bound and being being hit. S&M, the power dynamic in a dominant and submission, or slave and master is the other one.
Yeah.
And then sadomasochism. So being a sadist is getting off on giving pain, and masochism is getting off on receiving pain. Yeah. And if you're a sadomasochist, you do both. You like both to yourself usually. So I think a lot of people use them. I'm a sadomasochist. Let's get real.
I love it.
But I'm an emotional sadomasochist. Like, let's get real here. Have you seen my dating history? I'm definitely a sadomasochist.
Yeah, I love it.
But I think the two are used intertwinably a lot of the time, as a broad term for alternative kink sex stuff. And not all, but also not all kink is sex related. Like, you don't have to have sex with your kink. It's a common misconception, I think, with a lot of people is you're doing this to have sex. And it's like, no, I've had some really cool scenes without any sex. And it's been amazing, right?
Of kinks in it, right?
Oh, it had all sorts of stuff. It had a whole lot of boxes, and there was absolutely no sex. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for, like, say, people who are interested in exploring kink for the first time, or hesitant or unsure about starting?
I think do some research, take it slow, talk to the person if you're in a relationship. I guess the best thing to do is have that conversation with the person you're in with, and don't do it in the bedroom. I highly recommend doing it, like, have a relationship check-in, right? And then maybe bring that up in the relationship check-in. Don't do it in bed. We don't want to have these hard conversations in bed.
Right. No, that's a very uncomfortable place to be.
Yeah, because that's a very
first conversation.
Yeah, it's a very intimate space, right? And you want to keep it that way. You don't want to start having arguments in bed. I've been brought up with don't go to bed on an argument. Or don't leave on an argument, so I think it's important just to bring it up and be like, and you can do it like, you don't have to be like, I'm into, I don't know, anal fisting, whatever. You could just be like, how do you feel about spanking? Like, like just some spanking while we're having sex, or just these like little things, and get, that's why you do an open table, where you can have that conversation with each other. There is the BDSM test, and there's another, like, I think you should Google it, but there's like a sheet of like pretty much everything that you can think of, and you can be like, yes, no, maybe.
Yes, I've done those.
I've done it. It's changed over the years for me. And maybe you both do that, and then swap them and have a chat about it, right?
Right.
If you're single and you don't know where to go, there's FetLife. They have.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would start going to Munches, and what Munches are is just basically it's a group meetup in a public space. There's nothing kinky happening, but you get to meet people who are like-minded in a safe, open public space, have conversations with them about the weather, and then find out, what's going on, and then go to a play party, maybe, if that's your thing, or maybe meet someone, or, but be around those conversations can help.
Yeah, also, I think that understanding that other people who are into this kind of thing are just your average everyday schmo.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just normal people.
They work normal jobs. They, they have their lives. They have kids. They get on with it, and this is just something they like to do in their downtime. And it makes it normal, right? It takes away that scary factor of this is intimidating and I don't know what to do. A lot of these things are at pubs or coffee shops. You know what I mean? So just go find out, have a chat. And the other thing was read erotica and watch some porn is a bit, don't take porn literally, but use it as like an idea to see some of the stuff that's out there. Erotica, literature, some of the best stuff. And then you can sort of be like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. And it's less scary than having those conversations, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of misconceptions or stereotypes do you think that are
Uh
around kink that
yeah,
would be easily debunked?
I fell into one. When I first joined the scene, I was like, all female, like, I'm a female, therefore I'm submissive.
Right.
Right? Like, I just instantly fell into that because that's what I assumed it was. And I was like, and men are dominant. That is not true. I am not. I can be submissive, but I'm a brat first. So I am a little shit and I love it, and I bottom for certain. I'm submissive to some people and I top other people, but it's it's growth and journey. That's one. The other one that's a big one is it's abusive. It can be
Correct.
abusive if there's no
It can be.
consent, but everyone is willing and hopefully consenting and having these conversations beforehand. You're not just
Right.
unfortunately like you being tied to a bed, because that's that's what ruins that kind of stuff. But oh yeah, and that we're all freaks and weirdos and don't hold down proper jobs and blah blah blah.
Right.
I'm like, yes, there are some freaks and weirdos. We all are freaks and weirdos in the best kind, but like we just said,
Everybody is.
everyone holds down a job. Everyone's got bills to pay. You don't know if your work colleague likes to go and be hung upside down and rope on the weekends.
Right.
You don't know if they, want to be hit with a golf club. You don't know these things. Now you're going to go to your work colleague. If you work in an office, I don't. I work from home, but now you're going to go to your colleagues and look at them. A fun game of mine.
My fun game is I just look at random strangers and think, I wonder what their kink is. Because, everybody's got a thing.
100%.
Even if you're in that vanilla, safe relationship, you're still fucking fantasizing about something.
Well, everyone's got a fantasy. You can't tell me no one has a fantasy, right? And it could be innocent and cute. It could be perverted as shit. Like, I mean, the Japanese have, tentacle porn.
Yes, they do.
Right? Or it could just be like a husband and wife who like to do some casual spanking.
Right.
I reckon everyone's got a little bit.
Yeah, I think everybody's got a little bit.
I'm like, it's a spectrum, right? You could go from being stuck with needles to a little bit of soft feathers.
There's so many.
Right? And again, it falls under kink as anything that is not man woman's sex just to procreate.
I think that when religion entered the picture,
Catholics, I swear to God, Catholics are the kinkiest fuckers out there.
They really are. I feel like they are.
Like, who that you're literally taking a flogger and self-flagellating. Come on, guys, that is self-impact.
It is.
I will die on this hill.
I will die on it with you, because I agree. I think that when the whole gotta control the masses, gotta control the wives, that they try to put so much guilt into a sexual relationship with people, and they try to make you feel like something's wrong with you if you have a kink or you have 100%. Something that's
people would be punished for that shit, like adultery, anything. And then you look back at like the Romans before Catholicism, or like any of the older
Catholicism or whatever the fuck it's called.
They were having group orgies all the fucking time.
All the time.
Like, let's just have some fun, guys. Sex is fun.
Well, gender was fluid then, and sex was fluid, and it wasn't just about having children. And I don't personally think that our bodies are made for just having children. I mean, there's so much more to our erogenous zones, and
a woman's body is made for pleasure.
It is.
Like, we have the clitoris, has no other purpose than to cause pleasure.
Exactly.
It does not help in having a baby stage at all.
Nope.
So why would we have an organ that has got, I think it's more than 10,000 now. No, it went from 8,000 to 10,000. They found out it had 10,000 like nerve endings. Why would we have an organ that is literally just for pleasure if the only sex we were supposed to have was for recreation, like for making more babies?
That should tell you right there that God is not a man. Because he would have gave that to himself.
Right.
To the
men's have like a one that does it all, right? Like it does the pleasure and also reproduction. We are like vulva owners. It's the only, we have different spots for all of those things. We don't even pee out of the same hole. Come on.
Nope. I know. I think it's crazy. Tell me, how long have you been helping people with, understanding their kinks or understanding what they need to do to communicate? What's your
I guess
dealio?
For now, well, unofficially, probably 5-6 years now. I was, before I had radiation health stuff, I was a boudoir portrait photographer, and
I
often
remember that.
Often the conversations I were having with women in these sessions were around their body image, but also sexuality. And like I had a trans woman once, and she was a beautiful honey. She sent me a review afterwards, and it makes me cry every time I read it. It's like just giving her affirming images of herself. And so like coaching them through, like she had her girlfriend there, I showed her these photos off camera, and she had a big cry, and I was just really coaching her through that as well, right? And then I've had other women who have, because I'm very open about my lifestyle, because I'm self-employed, I don't give a shit who knows what I'm up to. Which means if I ever get into employment later in life, we're fucked. But I was very open with who I am and what I get up to, and it opened up that safety for them to come back to me. And so like unintentionally was coaching these women through finding joy, right? Because the stories I read when I was photographing, or heard when I was photographing these women, terrible. New Zealand has a very bad reputation for domestic violence. And like women losing themselves. Women losing themselves in relationship and all this stuff. So being able to help them see themselves again was very rewarding. I think, which was more generalized. And then we got more into kink as COVID happened, and I couldn't photograph people, and then life happened, and I'm more online now. And I just started, actually, a friend of mine years and years and years ago. I love her to death. I was helping her and her husband at the time. They were looking into maybe becoming polyamorous and kink and blah, blah, blah. And I was helping her, and she was the one that turned to me and was like, you should be a kink consultant. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then like put it to the back of my mind, and it wasn't until years later. And so that's where it kind of came from and grew.
I think that being able to really understand yourself and be at a place that you're so open, and you're like me, you don't like this taboo thing, being able to help people in this kind of way, I think could be so rewarding. That's why I like doing episodes on it. Because we want to normalize this shit. We want 100%. People to understand.
Yeah, it's not weird in the dark. Like, yes, it's done in the dark, but it's not this weird, creepy, awful thing. It's actually something to be celebrated and can be a lot of fun. It can be taken seriously, sure, within a dynamic, but I'm like, kink is supposed to be fun. Like, we're supposed to enjoy ourselves, and if you're not doing that, what are we doing? Life's too short not to have fun.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, I've not always been this way either, though. I used to be that prude. I used to be like, looking at me, when I was like early 20s, before I got into my self-discovery journey, I was a prude, and I would have looked at those people like that and been like, fucking weirdos, fucking disgusting. But
yeah, back in the day for me.
Back in the day, and now, like if I look back at myself, I'm like, I've come a long way. So I think part of why I want to help other people is because of my journey, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, that's the whole reason why I'm here today. I think that, exploring and understanding my own sexuality, my own path in that way, enjoying my own kinks, that it's made me more self-aware, more confident, 100% more
so
confident.
Yeah. The best thing is the confidence I got from joining the kink scene. I struggle with body dysmorphia. I struggle with body image issues. Yes? You look like you wanted to say something.
I do. I want to put a little pin in that right there because I wanted to ask you if you wanted to come back in a couple of weeks. I'm doing a pre-record. Sorry, folks, it's the Thanksgiving one. I know I'm not supposed to say anything, but we all know I have to do it because nobody works on that fucking day. But I wanted to talk to you about coming on about body imaging.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I think that is
because that's what I worked
with.
It's what I worked with primarily with photography.
Yeah. Okay.
And so for me with kink, it was one of the single most like life-changing things was joining the community or the scene and getting, because you go to these things, right, and you see these people and they're all shapes and sizes, they're wearing whatever the fuck they want and they're looking fabulous. So I slowly started doing that, right? I started wearing whatever the fuck I wanted. People don't judge you, and if they do, they keep it to themselves, but people are generally really lovely and complimentary about your outfits and about what you're wearing. And it's been one of the best things I could have done or gotten into to help my confidence, particularly around my body.
Well, I know this is going to sound really kind of weird, but fuck it. I modeled for so long.
Oh, wow. Good on you.
Almost 27 years. That was my life.
Damn.
And I didn't think about my body because it was just naturally the way it was. It was, modelly, whatever. Yeah. And then I had my last kid and turned 40 and got perimenopause, whatever. And then I started hitting that stride, and I got about 45 years old, and that's when I retired from modeling. But the only reason why I retired is because I lost my self-confidence and because my body changed.
Yeah.
And when I started experimenting, with myself, sexually, and understanding my body and understanding, my psychology with sex, that it really started to change how I felt about my body. Fuck it. If someone doesn't like looking or touching it, they don't have to.
Yeah, right. I don't want them near me.
I don't want it. I mean, there are plenty of people who turn to gravitate towards my body, so it's great. It's fine, whatever. But I don't need that anymore. I have my own inner self-confidence that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that's quite common, I think, for women, I can't speak to men, right? I'm not a man. Right. But I know it's quite common for women, again, because that was who I was primarily photographing in the ages of 35 to like plus, is that shift from having that tiny teenage body, going through your 20s, still being like having that fit, like can do everything body. And then it shifting all of a sudden into what we go through as we get older, and then perimenopause and like losing ourselves.
Yeah.
Particularly if you've had children. I have not got children, but that, common stories that came up were losing themselves to motherhood, losing themselves to their husband, losing themselves to their job, and just not being able to come back to themselves.
Right.
And then finding, like you said, experimenting, finding that, starting to not like find themselves again through this, so that then they could go on and actually have that new lease of life, right? Like, honestly, I can't wait to go through menopause. I mean, like, not the hot sweat, like the flushes and shit like that.
The
but
rest
like,
of it's great.
I want to not, right?
No cramping.
Oh,
no change, too much in the mood stuff.
Yeah, I want to
you
stop giving a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten better at not giving a fuck, but I want to completely stop giving a fuck. My flatmate's
I don't
52.
care club.
Yeah, my flatmate's 52, and I fucking adore her because she's just like, I don't give a fuck, and she's just herself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my favorite part about it. Right there, is and you know, I might have made me a little more jaded, might have made me a little more, but I'm working on that. I'm working on going, okay, just give a fuck without losing your care a little.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I reckon I'd be guilty of that.
It's so hard. So many times just go, fuck it. And then just, not put any effort in. But I still need to feel young enough that I'm putting in the effort. That for me is my own psychological thing,
Well, but you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the perception of others, right?
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Because that I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah. And I think, I feel like kink really helps with that as well. Because I don't give a fuck if people perceive me naked. It's just a body.
Right.
I'm not obviously
and they
not going to do it
obviously want to be there.
Yeah, I'm not going to go do it in public because that's just, again, consent. I'm big on making sure everyone's consenting. But see me at a nude beach because I'm like, I like being nude. Like, clothes suck sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things like, what do you think is a good way for people to really educate or do more research about the consensual kink practice, or is there like maybe workshops or books they can read to kind of guide them in
totally. So if you're looking for workshops, have a look on FetLife in your area. They will have workshops. There's also an online section. And so like these are online workshops. If you like to read, there is a really good book by Tristan Tarantino, I think her name is. And she collated it and it's called, I can't remember it's something about kink. It's The Ultimate Guide to Kink, I think is what it's called.
I think so.
Hold on, let me look at this wonderful thing.
Called the internet.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to go off mine. I haven't. I'm on my friend gave me her MacBook or her Mac.
Yeah.
Whatever, and I had to go get it worked on. God damn, that was expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do a Mac yet. I've always had PCs.
I have a Mac, so if you have any questions, let me know.
Slowly going.
But yeah, it's called The Ultimate Guide to Kink.
Oh.
And that's a good, and it's not written by her, it's collated by her. So it's written by other people who are, I guess, professional in there or have had years of experience in the specific things.
Oh, I think
that. It's really, really good. There's heaps of books out there around kink. I think there's Conscious Kink, I think is another one.
I have seen that one.
Yeah, so it's just have a look at what resources are out there. I need to compile a list of kink specific books. I read one called The Loving Dominant, I think it was, which as a person, right, as someone who's not a dominant as such, it was actually a really good read. And he got the perspective, like the latest edition is written with his partner, who is a submissive, and she puts like there's parts of the book where she also puts her 2 cents in.
Nice.
And it's just it's a real easy read. I just listened to it on my trip somewhere one time. Anything
pull that up. What was that one called again?
I think it's called The Loving Dominant.
The Loving Dominant, that's right.
Yeah. There's a bunch by I honestly need to get a list because they're all on my bookshelf out there. There's the authors that did The Ultimate Slut or what is that?
Okay. I made a note of that because I do want to listen to that one. I have heard of it before, but I kept forgetting what it was called.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many ways that you can really look it up. I mean, I think the first step Janice and I, at least 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Good Lord have mercy. Janice and I did Kink 101 episode. And, we just talked about, the, what's it called? I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, yeah, that one. Whoever's put that
There we
up.
go.
Thank you. That one is really good.
The loving dominant.
Loving
That's
dominant.
great. Yeah. We talked about the things the tests you can take online to kind of give you an idea of what you're interested in.
Yep. The BDSM
and that's
test.
a really great way to kind of get started, I think.
Yep.
I think that, go in with your own degree of open-mindedness. We can't tell you that this is something you have to do. If it's something that you're curious about and it's something that kind of makes your heart get excited, why not? Why not experience things?
Yeah.
Why not check it out? If a partner came to me and said, hey, this is really something I've really wanted to do, and it's something that isn't going to hurt me to the point I don't want to be hurt or him, then, why the fuck not?
I think have an open mind, particularly if, say, a partner is approaching you, have that openness and that compassion, and that, like, don't shut it off completely, because that's also not nice to feel on the receiving end.
Yeah.
And have an explore, and then be like, okay, well, maybe this isn't, like, I don't enjoy this, and then that's a different, a whole other conversation around where do you go from there. But I think at first it's like, have curiosity. Go and have a look. Go and read, like, go on to FetLife if you want to have a look, and look at Munches, or there's people post, there's groups and stuff, and there's online workshops.
There's just like-minded people out there that are going to help you understand
pretty much
what you're thinking and feeling is just normal shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, social media is a little harder because we have this big censoring issue. Because sex is bad and awful, and how dare we?
How dare we?
How dare we? But to have an open mind. Talk about it. Consent. You'll get real quick on boundaries. Don't not have boundaries, because it's kind of dangerous.
Boundaries are important. Because without setting those boundaries, you're not going to feel like you can say and do something that will, like when you set boundaries, if they go beyond them, then that is not the right. You got to sit down and talk about it again.
And for someone who's starting out, right, and having a look, and someone asks them, because it's quite a common question if you're doing pickup play, is like, what are your boundaries? Where a lot of people are like, well, I don't know, or they'll say I don't have any, because they don't know. But don't know. So instead of saying I don't have any, just say I don't know, because I haven't explored these things. However, if they rattle some things off, like blood play or scat play or something, and you're like, oh no, you'll know.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But have some openness, have some mind, and try things 3 times.
Yeah, I agree on the try things 3 times. I also think that there's a way that when you're talking with your partner about some kind of kink or play, and if it's not your thing, to not shame them, not make them feel bad about it.
Don't shame them.
Yeah,
because it is normal. It's okay. They're not a sex addict. They're not a weirdo. No. They just want to try something different.
Something that you don't.
Yeah. And you don't know. You might, after having a conversation, you might not even consider it, and then be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah, well, I get it.
But the BDSM test is good, and like there's a list. I'm pretty sure I have it as a free resource on my website. Oh, I don't have my website live anymore.
What? Oh, your website's not live. How can they reach you? That's what I was going to ask.
I'm Jessie Maree Co on Instagram, or it's just Jessie@jessiemaree.com is my email. Okay. I'm working on a website.
You email that to me, Jessie, or text it to me, because when I go to submit the information for this, for the iHeartRadio and all that stuff, it'll have your information so that you can.
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
Jessie. All right, that's perfect.
Wait.
That way, people can know how to get a hold of you. Jessie, Jessie, @, JessieMaree.com. So make sure that you check out Jessie Maree. I really appreciate you coming on, Jessie. I love having you here. Let's have you back and talk about image.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Body imaging.
It's a
body image.
big one for me.
It's very big. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, everybody who came and listened today. We really appreciate you coming back every week. And until next week, same time, same place, let's just keep this shit real. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share with your friends, like and follow us on Instagram at 50 Shades of _bullshit and Facebook at 50 Shades of Bullshit. Thanks so much for listening, and we really hope to see you again next week.